Good afternoon, class. Today we will be learning about how to determine latitude and longitude. If you look at this globe of the Earth, the equator, which you'll be learning about, that is 0 degrees latitude. Lines of latitude run east-west or right to left, and they are usually in increments on globes such as this, in numbers such as in increments of 5 or 10. And here you'll see that the numbers count north from 0, 5, 10, this is 15 degrees north, 20, 25, 30, 35, etc. All the way up to the North Pole, which is 90 degrees north latitude. The same operation happens in the southern hemisphere. Everything is inverted though. The first line, if you go in increments of 5 again, is 5 degrees south, 10, 15, 20, 25, etc., 30, all the way down to the South Pole, which is, you guessed it, 90 degrees south latitude. Now that part is easy. These are lines of longitude. They run north to south from North Pole to South Pole. They oftentimes call lines of latitude parallels because they are parallel all the way around the Earth, somewhat how you would slice an onion in that manner. Whereas the lines of longitude are not parallel to one another. As you see, they're at their widest point at the equator, the fattest part of the Earth, if you will, and the lines of longitude are, well, they actually intersect at the poles where the lines come together. And so between 1 degree in the extreme Arctic climate zone versus at the equator is much different. It can vary by many miles. So lines of longitude run north to south. Lines of latitude run east to west or right to left. Now, how do you determine what they call absolute location? Those are like your GPS coordinates one might see, global positioning system, and they record those in latitude and longitude. So how that works is that here you take a simple grid, very simple, and north is always at the top, south is at the bottom, of course, east is to the right, west is to the left, so never eat shredded wheat. It's kind of the acronym for people just learning their directions, if you will. But basically, if you count north, you have 1 degree north latitude, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that part is easy. Now similarly, these aren't going to be all completely accurate. 1 degree east, two, 3, 4, and 5 degrees. So obviously those are not the exact same as the ones to the north, whereas they should be. I think that's just an error in drawing. So if you take a point, any point for that matter, let's make it red and say it is right here. One can determine that absolute location in a variety of ways, and it is not difficult. Basically, you count, most people do latitude first, so 1, 2, 3 degrees north latitude, 3 degrees north, so that's how that usually is shown, and it is 1, 2 degrees east longitude. So the second part of that absolute location would be the longitude, 2 degrees east. And so that is a very simple tutorial on how a person determines latitude and longitude in absolute locations. We'll be working on this a lot more via future assignments and such, and if you continue to have difficulties finding latitude and longitude, feel free to ask. Thank you. Goodbye.